Not only is she a female CEO, she's a foreign-born CEO. As she said earlier, we played some sound from her where she talked about being the only person of color frequently in the room, especially when she started. So how significant is it that now that she's leaving?
It's extremely significant. As you mentioned, she's foreign-born, so that also means she's a person of color. Very rare to see female people of color in this top position. So now, with her departure, the number goes down to 24 female CEOs in the S&P 500, which is less than 5%.
And when you see that kind of movement, you would think that there would be some kind of organized effort on the part of women in these leadership positions to try to promote more women. And she's talked about, now that she's stepping down, that she wants to focus more on that.
Right. She's mentioned that she doesn't want to stay silent on diversifying the C-suites. What we often see is that there are women in the boardroom, but recent studies show that they're usually in human resource departments or not those revenue generating departments. So it will be really interesting to see her next act, to see if it will be promoting more women and like speaking out on those topics. But you also fall into the situation when you have such few female CEOs, you're constantly looking towards them, when we should be asking these questions of all CEOs. How are you diversifying your next ranks in the pipeline?
Without doubt, one thing that strikes me with Indra Nooyi is that she is willing to address the fact that she is a woman and a person of color. I mean, there are some female CEOs who say, please just regard me as a CEO, not as a woman CEO. But she talked to David Rubenstein on the David Rubenstein show, actually, about this very fact, about the special responsibility she has.
Is it possible for anybody, certainly a woman in our society, to have it all?
That's the big question in this definition. I think if you have the right support system, if you have an understanding spouse, if you want to be married, and if you're willing to make all the trade-offs that you need to make, you can have it all. But while you do all that, there will be heartache, there will be pain, there will be some collateral damage underneath the surface. You've got to live with it.
She's also talked not just about being a woman or being a woman of color, but also being a mother. The special responsibilities of being a CEO and a mother.
Exactly. Those are extreme. She's in a very high, stressful job, and that we talk about that all the time. Like, are there additional unique burdens on women who want to rise to the top? And that needs to be addressed in these coming conversations.